the drive. McDonald, oh yeah! Pass inside, it's a bullet from Howard to Boston. And Chloe Bibby hits a three. McDonald shot out of a cannon. Colson whips it back, Dantes launches and hits a three. Colson left wide open and makes Phoenix pay. Mitchell launches and buries a three. Dantes battling, spins, fades, fires and hits. Bibby, corner three. Oh yeah! Cunningham. Yes! Austin, step through, lays it in. You can't stop her.
What's up, Fever Nation? Quick late game recap. For those who were paying attention, the referees were at it again. More phantom whistles. Did you all see the 6th foul on Lexi Hull? When they showed the replay, Hull just had her hands up, did not make any contact with the player driving to the basket, and yet there was a whistle and an and one opportunity for the Phoenix Mercury. The referees did everything they could imaginable to keep the Mercury in the game. The only thing that kept the Mercury out of the game was the pace of the Fever's pitch that game night. The Fever were up and down the court, forcing the issue. They forced the Mercury into a fast-paced game they could not sustain over 4 quarters. That's what sunk the Mercury ultimately, along with the great play of Ari McDonald, the great play of Demiris Dantes, Chloe Bibby, the 7-day contract. Y'all got to figure that out, Fever front office. Y'all have to figure out, get this young lady on the roster. We need players like this on the roster. Shooters. This woman shoots unconsciously. This is what we need on the roster. More people who can spread the floor and open up the middle for the boss. Yes, Special K didn't have her greatest moment, and that's all right, Special K. What you saw last night was we don't need you necessarily to be special every night. Just be present. Just play better defense. Not saying that you don't play defense at all. I'm merely saying focus on other aspects of your game when the shot is not falling. Shout out to Natasha Howard. Great game. Great ball movement. Great passes to the boss down in low. And how can we forget about Lexi Hull, who is coming off the bench, was a starter. Don't know what you're doing, Coach White, with that move. I know you're trying to help out Sophie Cunningham and get her confidence back. You're bringing your spark plug off the bench. Now, if you want to start games slow, continue doing it that way. If you want to start games in command from the first quarter, you may want to think about putting her back in the starting lineup. Did you all also see Alyssa Thomas going at it with Fever Nation for booing her boo? Yes, what did you think? She came, she robbed, she pillaged, and she left. What kind of reception did you think she was going to get? Really? She was going back and forth with Fever Nation, trying to draw them into saying something that is questionable. But Fever Nation did not take the bait. Salute Fever Nation for not falling for the okie doke. Yes, they're still trying to come at y'all any way they can to get you all to say anything that is questionable, because you know the league stands at readiness to have it on the news, on all the segments of the news. Oh my God, there was a comment made to a Mercury player by a Fever fan, blah, 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 blah. And so the story goes. Great game. This is the problem with when you have a girlfriend or a spouse playing on the same team. Alyssa Thomas, great game. 32 points, great game. But she got caught up in the hype when her boo got booed by the fans. It's a road game. Did you think she was going to get a reception a great reception. It wasn't like she contributed to a number of string of wins, a 10-game win streak that put the Fever in first place or something at some point while she was there. It was quite the opposite. But that's the kind of oddity and foolishness that you get with the W, with their non-fraternizing rules not on the books. Before I let you go, Fever Nation, I want you to listen to the delusion of the commissioner. She sounds like Angel Reese. Angel Reese is having an out-of-body experience in the form of Commissioner Kathy Englebert. Without further ado.
We're so optimistic about this league right now. I was watching some college basketball last night with Texas, Notre Dame, and so many great players in the league and to come into the league from the NCAA ranks. So we actually are looking forward to now meeting with the players, seeing what their priorities are to work for the future success of the league. So again, it's something we look forward to doing. We knew we'd be doing it, and we are, and we'll start those negotiations here in the offseason.
Well, speaking of that, I mean, up to 44 games, a new playoff format that you all announced that I am incredibly excited about. What other new are you all eyeing? Because there's always something that you guys are all on the forefront of in the W.
Yeah, we're definitely looking at ways to have an encore off of last season's huge success. We had 64 million unique viewers of our games. We're going to bring in tens of millions more, I think, with this draft class and our current veterans and rookies. So there's so much we need to globalize our game for sure. Obviously, putting a team in Toronto is one small step. Other ways to do that. And also just like the level of play on the court. You know, we're going to add 48 roster spots to a league of 144 over the next few years. And it's just going to give so much opportunity. And by the way, economic impact in places like the Bay Area, Portland and Toronto is going to be huge. And I think going to 44 games, going to a Game 7 finals, can you imagine this year if that Liberty Lynx series had a 7-game? It was only 5, but it went full 5, and every game was a game of consequence.
I am so excited for it. I have Kendrick Perkins, who is waving his hands, telling me, Malika, you need to make sure that you mention that he would like to see the Comets back in Houston for whatever it's worth. I'm just the messenger here passing that along. Kathy, thank you so much for stopping by NBA Today, Commissioner. We really appreciate it.
Damn shame. All of these plans on the heels of the 24 draft class. Look at it. Look at all of the plans they have now for the W after the 24 draft class, but not one mention of who. Think about that, Fever Nation. That was intentional. She did not mention any specific person in the 24 draft class. However, they're going to globalize the W. Are you kidding me? You have to get rid of the foolishness before you even think of that. The market has spoken. The market is clear. The market, it says we want and I hate to say it, Clark type of player, not in terms of demographics, but in terms of